Yes, Mr. Ajay. He is the CEO of Association of Ghana Startups. Thank you very much.
Big push. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm asked to just moderate a small panel. We spent so much time already, so I will not delay. Femi is here from MEST. I invite Femi Young too. I see Femi, I see Enam. Enam is here as well. Who is Enam? Who else do I see here? So it's supposed to be Femi from MEST, MBC Africa, Temembe, and I think she was earlier on, MBC Africa. Yes, please do for her. All right, it was supposed to have the Ghana Hubs Network and Chamber of Agribusiness, but they are not in yet. So please, pardon us. If you have their name on your sheets, we're doing this 3 for now. All right, so just a quick one. Like we said, we spent so much time already, and so let me get closer to you. Yeah. Oh, you are with us? Oh, Ghana Hubs Network. Oh, right. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Chief. So quickly, let's just take your microphones and let's go straight to the point. Introduce yourself and tell us what your business is doing in supporting agri-based startups to be able to scale. Quickly, just about 2 minutes. Start with you, madam.
Hello, my name is Enam Beko, and I'm the Sankalp West Africa manager. Sankalp is essentially an ecosystem convening space. We bring together everyone within the ecosystem, so the ESOs, the investors, the DFIs, the entrepreneurs, students, volunteers, foundations, everybody within the space. We bring them together so they can have genuine discussions, connections. We run master classes, deal rooms, exhibitions, entrepreneur showcases, research findings are sometimes even launched at our events. The whole works, essentially everything happens at Sankalp. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, let's talk to Femi.
I'm Femi. I work with MEST Africa. At MEST, we train software entrepreneurs. We also train young people with digital skills and help them get jobs. We have been in Ghana since 2008 with our flagship training program, where we bring 60 young people from all over Africa to Ghana on a 1-year scholarship program, full scholarship program, where we train them in software business and technology. At the end of this 1 year, they pitch their business ideas to our foundation for funding. And the ones that get funded, typically about 40 to 60% of the team, of the class gets funded, roughly maybe about 5-6 teams with $100,000 each. And then they're moved into our incubator for another 18 months, where we support them to take their business to the market. Some of our alumni are names that you know, like Complete Farmer, that just raised about $10 million in a month and a half ago. Mekasa, the biggest online real estate business in Ghana, is one of our alumni as well. Many of them, but I'm sure you know. I'll be open to chat with anybody that's interested after the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tenemba, or you can use the second one, Anna, if it's easier for you. So let's say I have 2 hats. So my first hat will be for Andy, Aspen Network Development Entrepreneur, which does basically practically the same thing as Sankalp, but at a smaller size. So we support network and entrepreneurs and ecosystems, I think globally in 190 countries. And as MBC Africa, I'm the executive director. And basically what we do is we design ecosystem to support specific MSMEs and agricultural value chains. So that's what we focus on, agribusiness. And we have mainly right now 3 programs. We have one ecosystem, let's say, for women, owned and led businesses, which has an accelerator and a fund. So She Equity Fund and She Equity Business Accelerator program. And the second program we have is an ecosystem just for rural enterprises, which has a startup accelerator and a growth accelerator. So we can talk about it later if you're really interested. So that's what we do.
My name is Albert Opoku. I'm the co-founder of Hyperspace based in Kumasi, and we're also a founding member of the Ghana Hubs Network. So, but today I'm wearing my hat as a member of the Ghana Hubs Network. So what are we? When you cook food, and I think the ladies know more about this, you need to add spice, or it doesn't taste well. Ghana Hubs Network, we are the spice of the ecosystem. Okay. And all we do actually reflects in the word spice. S is support. We provide support for entrepreneurs across the country and the various hubs. The P that we have there is peer education. Entrepreneurs need to learn from one another because the problem I'm facing, maybe someone else have already faced it before. And by bringing us together, you help us solve our own problems. So peer education is very key. It's one of the key things that hubs do. C, collaboration, bringing entrepreneurs, bringing startups together and getting them to network. Meet people who can open doors. In Ghana, we say everything is connection. So that's what the C also is there for. I is innovation. We can't grow our startups or entrepreneurs without being innovative. We help them to see how they can innovate with things such as design thinking and other ways that they can improve innovation. And finally, E is ecosystem. Our work is to build the ecosystem, support the ecosystem, and make it grow. We are the spice in this room.
I like it.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Abed, let me start with you. What are the major challenges facing your line of operations? I mean, talking about the hubs across board, the whole country. What are the major issues you guys face in your operations and supporting startups primarily? I mean, for the sake of today, agribusiness startups. And then how do you think that ESOs like you and the other people in the ecosystem can work together to support in building globally competitive startups?
So, first of all, we should understand that agribusiness is a specialized kind of business. It's not your general kind of business. And since when hubs started, majority of us were focused on supporting general businesses. So we didn't have the specialized skills to support agribusinesses. So since about 8 years since we've existed, we started forming partnerships with organizations that have these special skills. So the universities, the MOFES, and other ESOs that have specialized skills. So for example, if the gentleman who came here talk about the insects came to us, I mean, I have no idea what these insects do, apart from mosquitoes that I kill, you know, but you get it. So how would I provide specialized support for such kind of persons? But now our connections using the C is building connections with people who can support these startups. Because we know that in the middle role that we play, we can connect them. So that's how we are trying to solve these ones. And because we're also understanding that there's speciality in it. So gradually the hubs are also growing and are specializing. So currently we have Agrico Hub, for example, which says we are going to focus only on agric. So we are gradually seeing the, I would say the next phase of hubs in the country where we are not just really do things generally, but we are specializing to support a sector. And many hubs are now focusing maybe 60, 70, or even 100% on agribusinesses.
Right, thank you, Abed. Let's talk to, yes, MBC. Same question. What are the major challenges you face in your land operation, and how do you think that we as ecosystem players can work together?
So as he was saying rightly, so we've been in agribusiness since the beginning. So that's our DNA, MBC. I think that is pretty clear. And as ESO, I think the young lady that talked about collaborating with us. So entrepreneurs should collaborate with us, like be ready to pay for services that they want. So the free, the grant, subsidies, and type of services, I think we should move from that so the ESOs that are also SMEs can thrive. Because if you cannot have access to grants, but you do have a very good way of supporting these businesses, but they're not ready to pay, that is a big challenge. And this is something that we've tackled since our 3rd year or 4th year. And I think we found solution to it in our own way. As we say, we built ecosystems. I talked about She Equity and Sheba, which is the accelerator program. And She Equity funds more or less Sheba because She Equity will have returns to fund Sheba. For the rural enterprise ecosystem, it's the same thing. So we have the Startup Accelerator, the Growth Accelerator, but we also are right now we're implementing a model, a cooperative, financial cooperative model that is digitally managed that will be linked to these accelerator and programs. So because you're part of the program, you are also shareholder of the credit union. So portion of your savings will be used to fund services that you as members you need. So this is one solution. I'm just throwing it out there. So just to show you how you can effectively find a solution to finance these services, because we have to. Grants are going to end one day. They're going to diminish a lot. Only the connected, as he says, will probably have access to them. But you, as an ESO, you're also a SME. So you have to find a way to make money and survive.
Right. So for me, the startups want the product, they want the service, they don't have enough funds to afford it. How do we raise enough funding to support these young people to be able to get what they need to, scale up their businesses?
We have to talk to Amalate, Impact Invest Ghana. But yeah, it's a big problem with hubs and ESOs. Long-term funding is probably the only way. So maybe the advantage MEST has as an ESO is that we have long-term funding. Our parent company, Metodo Corporation, commits about $2 million every year to support MEST, to drive that 1-year program that we run and to fund the startups. And this is the only reason why we're able to do other things that we do, because that stability is there. For the past, I think, 15 years, we have, this has been consistent. So, I don't have the answer to how this long-term funding will happen for the smaller hubs, but I know the ESO Ghana collaboration, this is one of the things that we're trying to drive with that consultative forum to ensure that hubs have funding that is consistent for a long period, so that they can focus on building specializations. Now I'll talk about specializations. At MEST, my story is so clear. We train software entrepreneurs. If you were to speak to Women's Haven in Kumasi, they train young women with in digital skills. Similar with Soronko. When you are, you don't have consistent funding to do the things you do, then you don't have an identity, because you take the identity of whoever gives you money. And today is GIZ, tomorrow is UNICEF, tomorrow is another company, another organization. And what they want to do is what you do, so you don't have an identity. But when you have stable funding to do what you need to do, then you build an identity. We do a lot of other things. We run short-term acceleration programs, but our identity is that 1-year program that we run. We've run it for 14 years. We'll probably run it for the next 20 years. So for me, how to get hubs to have this stable funding for long-term, I think is the biggest challenge. We need to find an answer to.
Right, thank you. And I'll give you the last shot. What do you think that we as ESOs need to do? Above all the issues that have been mentioned, what do we need to do to be able to scale up our own internal operations?
Well, I think as ESOs, the main thing is being very clear in articulating what it is you provide and making sure you find the right match. Because sometimes I think without the specialization, it's easy to go chasing the wrong money. But there needs to be that proper match you know, whoever is going to fund you, you should clearly see what the benefits are, how your values, your objectives, everything aligns with theirs as well. So that is the main thing. It would also be nice to have a lot more local capital, if you know what I mean, because it's hard when, you know, it's Forex denominated and yet the businesses are generating, you know, local currency. Sometimes that creates challenges as well. So I think those are the two things. If we could have more local capital and be clearer in articulating the match.
Right, so thank you. I hear there's some lunch ready, and so I don't want to take much of your time. But the key word, as you said, we need to collaborate among ourselves. We need more patient capital. We need to work together as a people, as an ecosystem players, to be able to support more young people or more startups. On that note, my name is Solomon Ajay, and I happen to be the lead for the Association of Ghana Startups. So, like Adam said, everybody have said, we are just a mother body, bringing on board every player in the ecosystem under one big umbrella. So whether you're a startup or you are ecosystem, I mean a hub, or you are when you play a role in the space, you are part of the startup space. You should be part of what we do. As you speak now, we're working on the Ghana Startup Bill. I'm sure most of you know about the bill. We call on you all to support us in the bill, because the bill is for us. I know we also have the social enterprise. Is the bill? Policy as well, also for, I mean, with this document, we're able to guide and support what we do. So support us in these operations. Let's get the bill passed as early as possible. Let's get the policy also pushed out, and then it will support our operations. Next month, we are doing a Ghana Startup Week as well, and all of us are invited to be participants of it. Active one, not passive ones, active participant of the Startup Week. We have the Ghana Innovation and the Startup Awards currently ongoing, nominations are ongoing. Please, if you're interested to nominate yourself, everybody, all of us here have got nominations. I mean, we all have categories for ourselves. Whether you're a startup or you are a hub like Femi or you know, Albert, there's a category for you. Log on to the GhanaStartupWeek.org/awards, nominate yourself, share among your networks, encourage your startups to nominate themselves. Interestingly, this year, we are sponsoring 2 people to go to South Africa next year in March. All right, so we are trying to see how we can expose our people to the global world. And so we are trying our best, and together we can make it better. Please, our team is collaborate, innovate together, and invest together for bigger impact. That's our team for the next 5 years. And we can all work together as a team. Thank you very much. In fact, if you want me, please, at Accra Digital Center, that's where your office is. Just come anytime and we can talk. All right? Thank you.
That's how big men